I did put out a statement. I'm just going to go over it very, very briefly, give some comments, and then I will open it up to any questions. Basically, we worked at the Mayor's Council with all the mayors, and a decision was made just about unanimously from all the mayors. And first of all, I want to thank all the mayors in the region, because we did put in some amendments to get to the final thing, and it was a lot of amendments in regards to what a couple of cities, Surrey being one, that wanted to make a level playing field in this industry. So there was 4 points. There was actually 5 points, but I won't talk about receiving the report. But on the 4 points, the first one, endorse the principles and framework for establishing and administrating interim intermunicipal business license. With what was approved finally, Surrey and myself are in agreement with that. All of what I'm saying today still has to go to our council and every other council in the region for approval. But basically, the principles and framework do include a fair playing field for the industry. Number 2 was to urge municipalities within Region 1 to adopt the associated interim bylaw as quickly as possible. The time frame for that is, and this was given by staff in the Mayor's Council, is probably 2 to 3 months. There is a number of things that we have to work through before we can look at that. I know some cities are out saying they can do it right away, but there is a lot to work through for councils to accept it. The period that was given on the average would take 2 to 3 months. Number 3, urge municipalities within Region 1 to harmonize existing municipal fees on taxi cabs with the fees proposed in the interim for ride hailing. And so what that means for the city of Surrey is we currently, to register in our business thing, it's $150 per company. And it's roughly the same, or suggested same, for ride hailing. Where the difference comes is per cab. The suggestion is, and I'm using approximate figures, but I think it is $150 per car. And ours is up over 400, it's 435, I think, or in that range. So the city of Surrey, certainly my recommendation anyways to council will be to bring that down so it's the same as for the taxis, to bring it down, make it a level playing field, and the same as the rail hailing. Now, to give you an idea of what that means for finances for Surrey, we would lose $150,000 if we brought it down. But we're willing to, at least I'm willing to, suggest to council, and I've talked to our finance people, and they can find that in this year. But you have to remember, we do budgets over 5 years, and for government, by law, we have to. So over 5 years, it would cost us $750,000. Number 3, you urge municipality, I've done that one, to make the fees the same. The 4th one is a very important one from our point of view. Urge the province and Passenger Transportation Board to level the playing field between the taxis and transportation network services by, and these are very important, by reviewing and doing away with taxi boundaries, put fleet caps on ride hailing. Insurance requirements are very uneven, making them even. And just so you know, the government is working on that. As you heard, even as yesterday, they are trying to make a level playing field in insurance requirements. And provide accessible services for customers and mobility devices such as wheelchairs and scooters. So, and that also the government's working on. So the two other areas which are very important for us in Surrey, the province and the Passenger Transport Board has to do away with or certainly review the taxi boundaries and also the fleet capitals or caps that they have, the numbers. The taxi industry currently is limited to 2,500 per the greater Metro Vancouver. Therefore, the ride hailing should also be capped at 2,500, for example. Or if they want to change the caps, they can change the caps, but it has to be equal on both sides. So those are the sort of feelings from myself and the city of Surrey working with our staff. We have also sent all the information that we have received out to our council also. I've heard back from some of them, and so I think my comments that I have made are reflective of what the majority of council feels, but we still have to bring it before our council. And again, the time period that is given on the average that it'll be before councils in the metro area is 2 to 3 months. So I think I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer it. I'll say one thing. I fully support this because I have campaigned and I have also said very clearly that we need a level playing field in this industry. And this provides a level playing field so that everybody can compete equally. And the ones that give better service, they probably will get more customers. And so that's what free enterprise is about. But in a regulated industry, we need to have all the players have the same playing field to be able to operate that way. So I'll leave it at that for now.
It seems, Mayor McKellen, that there is a ways to go, though, to get that level playing field.
I don't think so. From the city's point of view, we'll be okay absorbing and bringing the cost down to the taxi industry. I think the province also, in earnest, is working very hard on 2 of the 4 things that are necessary, and that's the insurance and the accessibility, and they do need to be worked out a little bit more. And so we're waiting to hear from the province and the transportation as far as the boundaries. We're saying they should be done away with. And also we're looking for the governments to say that they'll be putting caps on so that people will have a level playing field.
You were part of this working group that came up with some of these recommendations. How hard did you have to fight to get these?
Well, I personally wasn't, but we did have a staff person that was there. I think that I worked very, very hard in the Mayor's Council meeting yesterday. Working with a lot of mayors, I can say that a lot of the mayors share our feeling of Surrey's feeling. And also I will say Burnaby's feeling that it had to be a level playing field for the industry, especially a regulated industry, highly regulated industry. So we worked hard on it, but in the end, all of the mayors, or vast majority of the mayors, all agreed that this would be a type of agreement that both groups could work in harmony and on the same level playing field. And all we're looking for is good service for our residents in our cities around Metro Vancouver. And so we achieved that. And I actually think it's a huge achievement to have all the mayors agree, basically all the mayors agree. That's not easy to accomplish nowadays, but we did it yesterday, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud that the regional mayors agreed to this, a bit of a compromise, but a fair compromise so that the industry will have fair boundaries and level playing field to work in to provide the service that we do need in all of our communities.
So until this deal is finally finalized, is Uber still not welcome in the city of Surrey? Will drivers still continue to be fined by bylaw?
Well, I'm not going to answer that question right now because we're in a court case next week, and certainly after the court case, I will address that question.
Did you direct the manager to find the drivers?
I'm not going to answer that question. We got a court case on this, and we'll leave it at the court case. You know what the court case is, or you can look it up if you want.
Is it an injunction, or did they go further than the injunction?
I'm not going to answer any questions on it.
Mayor, what if the province is not listening to your demands? What's going to be the next step?
Well, we think they will. We've been in talk with them. Of the 4 things that put a level playing field, 2 of them they're already working on. So we expect that they'll work on the other 2 fairly quickly, because this agreement is a compromise by a number of people. Even Surrey is going to lose $750,000 over our budget years of 5 years. So I think it is a good compromise for everybody, and it certainly satisfies the wishes of the taxi industries and also the ride-hailing industry, because everything's on a level playing field, and that's what free enterprise is about. And the ones that are more efficient or have better service will get the customers, and the ones that don't won't probably get as many. But they can both work together, and that's the environment. I think this is going to be a model, actually, other cities will look at as this type of transportation moves in different cities around the world.
What sort of feedback are you getting from residents about your actions against Uber drivers?
We do get emails. I will tell you my personal reaction. I'm out in the community a lot. I said this the other day in a press conference. I get just about overwhelming support for what I have suggested, that it needs to be a level playing field. And I'm out in the community a lot. I was in a huge event last night. I was in 2 or 3 big events 2 days ago. I'll be out at a big event this weekend. And everybody says that, it's good, ride-hailing's coming here, but it has to have a level playing field. Everybody understands that I've talked to says that it has to be a level playing field. And so that's what we've been able to achieve in the mayor's thing.
Just to clarify, will the city be continuing to fine Uber drivers if they're operating in the city?
Again, I'm not going to answer that question. It's in a court case. So I'll end it at that. Thank you all for coming.
2 to 3 months before these licenses are.
Yeah, in the backup information, if you want to look at Fund the Metro Vancouver's staff and so forth, they suggest that it probably will work or be 2 to 3 months before all of the councils can get it through their things, because each council has to bring it to their council, and each city is very different in their makeup. So yes, it'll be 2 to 3 months before it will be completed in the region. Yes, because councils have to approve the bylaw for that. Okay, thank you again.